The views and opinions expressed in this video are solely those of the Fat Bearded Vinyl Guy and should not be taken seriously by sane people.
Greetings and salutations once again, music lovers. It's Matt, the Fat Bearded Vinyl Guy, back in the vinyl lair with a fresh Too Late record review. First things first, give me a like and subscribe right here. Then you can surf on down to fatbeardedvinylguy.com. That is the website with links to the social media. Tell your friends, enemies, clergy, parole officers, complete strangers, whomever. Today it is an album review that has been literally months in the making. But this time it's not because of my own laziness. It's because of the supply and demand of vinyl pressing plants and A-list artists needing priority status for their 4 different color variants and obscene overpressings of their most recent releases. It's an album I pre-ordered in July of 2022. The album was released in August of 2022, the vinyl edition came out late January of 2023, and my copy showed up the second week of February. So yeah, I've been kind of chomping at the bit on this one. It's the latest from my man Butch Walker, called Butch Walker as Glenn. This is a loose concept album where Butch takes on the persona of a 70s piano crooner named Glenn. The name is pretty 70s to begin with, but it also happens to be Butch's real middle name. The album is set up as a live show in a piano lounge, but there are several inconsistencies that I will point out as they come along. Least of all, being that the songs clearly sound like studio recordings, and the segues from the live interludes to the studio tracks can be a little bit jarring. But it's new Butch Walker music, so who the hell cares? With that said, let's drop the needle. So yes, I'm going to be combining some of the songs with some of the interludes. The album kicks off in a live environment and an MC having his announcements, thanking the attendees for attending. The highlight, for me at least, is after he mentions silencing your cell phones, a phone immediately rings. Yeah, I'm a fan of cheap gags. Leather Weather then starts with Glenn Butch playing solo piano for the first verse before the band comes in. The first verse is very Billy Joel-esque. I love Butch's high register, and I think it's even gotten better with age. The second verse is more mid-tempo, middle of the road, but still with that Butch seasoning. Sadler Vaden plays electric guitar on this track, and he adds a Nashville twang. I love the way Butch emotes in his singing. It is one thing I really gravitate to. You can hear that he feels these words. I need to give you what is mine, but if you're gonna be sad, I don't want to do that. Roll Away Like a Stone starts right away after the a cappella cold ending of Leather Weather, and it is more upbeat, more of that classic Butch Walker sound. The verses are a rapid-fire talk singing that Butch has done from time to time. Summer of '89 from the Spade album is one example. This song is more or less about Butch moving from California to Tennessee. He's slightly out of his element, times have changed, his old favorite bar now has a name with an ampersand, and he need a code word to get in. The Tennessee locals don't like the California people coming in with the strange clothes and gender-neutral bathrooms, taking advantage of everything not costing an arm and a leg because of taxes. In the coda, there's a reference to the live aspect of the album, where Glenn Butch tells everyone to tip the waitresses before he introduces Aaron Tasjan soloing the song out. The locals, they don't really want to understand all the new kids on the block. Avalanche is a country-tinged mid-tempo track, and a feel that Butch has been exploring in the last decade or so. I think living near Nashville will do that to you. It's another semi-autobiographical Butch Walker song, speaking of the rise and fall of a songwriter. Ride a new crop of kids on their way. The emo kids think they'll make a big splash, but they're addicted to social media, and they eventually become DJs. This song has some great vocal harmonies on the chorus. It is a staple of Butch Walker production. I hear it on just about everything he's produced. I keep running away from an avalanche. Should have been running with it all along. State Line Fireworks is a duet with Sue Clayton, a song about former lovers reconnecting. Our heroes have moved on. He met another in the fall of '96, and she barely knows her stepson. The two former lovers go to the border to buy some state line fireworks. Pretty sure that's a euphemism. It's another song with that country twang. Sadler Vaden returns and plays some great slide guitar on this track. Of course, it wouldn't be a Butch Walker album without a blatant wink to a completely different song. As the song's fading out, he goes, "Skyrockets at night, afternoon delight." Yes, I know the original lyrics are "skyrockets in flight, afternoon delight," but I'm sure he changed the words just enough so he didn't have to pay royalties. Grab your coat, it's kind of cold outside. I'll scrape the ice off the car before we get inside. Slow Leak starts off with piano playing chords that sound like it came off the intro of a 70s sitcom. This song is more haunting than the songs so far. It's about a relationship starting the downward slide. Butch's poetic lyricism is on full display here. The unspoken sleeps between us like a voice caught in your throat. Where is that first time feeling? It's actually kind of hard for me to review because I'm just mesmerized by the lyrics and the layering of the instruments on this song. It's great stuff. Why should we pretend to be the only ones that won't come undone? Side 2 starts off with a bar fight, which is kind of jarring if you're streaming the album or listening on CD, if anyone does that anymore. Also, I don't think many bar fights happen in a piano lounge. At any rate, Glenn Butch wants the fight broken up, or at least someone to call the cops. Then the band vamps until the next song starts. Tell Me I'm Pretty has an early 2000s Butch Walker sound. It's appropriate because its alternate title is Bethamphetamine Part 2. The original Bethamphetamine was on the 2006 album The Rise and Fall of Butch Walker and the Let's Go Out Tonights. Naturally, it has a similar feel as the 2006 song, but Tell Me I'm Pretty doesn't have that almost overproduced feel. The last 20 seconds has some studio banter after the song actually ends, which is something Butch likes to do, but it's another deviation of the live aspect he was going for in parts. That money gonna cut your legs off when you use it as a crutch. Holy Water Hangover was the first single released what seems like ages ago. It's a song about losing your way, tinged with Butch's criticisms of religion, and as a practicing Catholic, some that I can't exactly disagree with. There's more great lyrical imagery, a holy water hangover creeping in, every sin playing tag in his brain. Ain't it funny when the mirror looks back at you and it don't know who you are? It's more great emoting in the coda, and if you watch the video, he is clearly giving it more on the video than he did in the audio recording. So give a Hollywood hallelujah, a Hail Mary from the soapbox above. Don't Let It Weigh Heavy on Your Heart is a soft piano ballad with country singer Elizabeth Cook. The two voices mingle excellently, and Butch does some great emotional delivery. His voice even cracks a little bit in the second chorus. The arrangement is very sparse, with Butch's piano only accompanied by Why Not Jansveld on bass and Ariel Posen on slide guitar, as well as the Watson twins singing wordless vocals giving atmosphere. If your waters are blurry, let me be your anchor and don't let it weigh heavy on your heart. The Negotiator is a full-on Billy Joel-style song about an aspiring actress who left suburban Minnesota for the glitz and glamour of California. But she's not exactly making Marvel movies, maybe a less than family-friendly remake. It's a short one, barely 3 minutes, but it's got a powerful ending that segues to the end of the live show. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. It's not like you're into Kill a Mockingbird. The Negotiator segues into the live crowd applauding, the band is vamping, and the MC is doing his final announcements, such as New Metal Night on Tuesdays, Sue Clayton playing on Thursday, and all-you-can-eat chicken wings on Friday. What the clucking cluck! The applause then fades out. Just like Butch's last album, American Love Story, the album ends with a heartfelt ballad, and just Butch and the piano. He's no Ben Folds tickling the ivories, but he feels the words and he sings the hell out of them. It's a great emotional album ender in the vein of Cigarette Lighter Love Song. The lyrics are so poetic I can barely tell what the song is about. Return to sender when the writing's on the wall. Bad things last a little longer. No tease of promise of a release. It feels like it might take forever, but a singer always finds his key. There's a heart for every reason, so whatever it may be, just patch it on your sleeve and lean into me. Every time I see Butch Walker's releasing new music, I get excited. I fell in love with his music the moment I heard his first solo record, Left of Self-Centered. I don't want to bore you with extraneous details, but I did hear it on the way to one of my first dates with my now wife of almost 18 years. After I heard it, I needed more. I dug into his past bands, South Gang, Marvelous 3, The Floyds, and Floyd's Funk Revival. I have physical copies of most of his stuff. Some of that Floyd stuff is hard to find, very under the radar at the time. Glenn is another fitting album in the discography of my all-time favorite artist, Bradley Glenn Walker. That's Butch to most of us. That's all for now. FatBeardedVinylGuy.com is the website with links to the social media. Go like me there. You can also like me here. Even comment down below on what you thought of Butch Walker as Glenn. Until next time, watch out for that holy water hangover, and I will catch you on the B-side. The album is set up as a live show in a piano lounge. Even comment down below on what you thought of Glenn Walker as Butch. Side 2 starts off with a bar fight, which is kind of jarring if you're streaming the album or listening on CD.